Hi guys, welcome. I am on GARUDA. This is the XFCE version. And what else can I tell you? I've installed and then rebooted. I've updated everything and then I restarted. Then I installed Simple Screen Recorder. This is a dual screen. So I went to XFCE, to the settings and say, hey, look, I do want to have dual, not mirrored, please apply. That's it basically. And yes. Sound, made sure that my Rode A1 menu is hard enough so that you can hear it perfectly. All right, topic of the video, ArchLinux Tweak-Tool. From the start, right? So it's a clean installation of GARUDA and you want to have packages like awesome, and you want to have Qtile, FWM on your ArchLinux system because this is for Arch. I just happen to be on GARUDA. We are making it so that it works on 7 versions already: ArchLinux, ArcoLinux, ALCI, Carly, Ariser, and DevRes and GARUDA, right? Let's start with that. Where and how do we do that? I'm going to show you one way and I'm going to do the other way. I've made already too many videos about ArcoLinux info website, where you scroll down, right, and learn actually about ArchLinux, but okay, ArcoLinux is based on Arch, so we need to teach you Arch. And we've shown you already many times that you can just download an application, click, and then sudo pacman -u, and then you install it. There are videos about it. Here it is, -u. Click and done. There's another option, and probably gonna do that later on. Maybe I'll record it. And the fun is, since it's all ArchLinux, whatever I start with, any of the ArchLinux guys, right? As long as based on ArchLinux, I have a interesting script you should see. And it will also do exactly the same thing as the spices. So the ArcoLinux Nemesis, that's the name. But if you go dive a little bit in the code, we'll just download it first and then dive in the code locally rather than online. I have this idea that I should put it in the data folder. I am a very structured guy. And then I'm gonna git clone. And then the URL behind it, Ctrl-Shift-V, boom. You've got my code. Please reuse my code, right? So I'll run that later on completely. And it runs, it installs stuff. This is my current choices. So the only thing I have to type, and then I can go eat something, right? It's ./0. I do that after every installation of any system. I'll type ./0 because my own system, ArcoLinux, is not the way I want it. I want more. I want Spotify, I want Insync. There are so many things I would like more that's not on the ISO. So that's basically the message, right? There is no distro out there that's perfect for all the thousands of people. It's not possible. So you make your own script, you add things, you remove things. I remove a lot of things. There are things on there that I don't have the hardware for, but it's on there for you guys, support, right? So it's all about choices all the time, choosing the right packages and getting rid of the wrong ones, right? Like HexChat, I will never use it. So why would does it need to be on my system? Remove it, personal choices, go for it. Now in my case, I want to have the keys. Is that this one? Yep. Get the keys and repos. When I run number 0, I get the keys, right? But I want to keep things separate. So this is just keys. Get the keys in the repos. That's all I want to do. Then I install the Archlinux-Tweak-Tool to try it out. And then later on I can run the rest. Number 0 there. Voila, the keys are in. Not only that, there are 3 things you should remember on any ArchLinux-based system. The machine is happy if it knows where are the keys. We just imported the keys. we are the mirrors, pacman-d, ArcoLinux mirror list, and where is etc.pacman.conf, meaning where's the content of the pacman.conf, this guy, with the wrong application, right? And in the end, it says ArcoLinux repo, ArcoLinux repo, ArcoLinux repo. So suddenly, with the keys, with the mirrors, and a correct pacman.conf, we can do this. And the same thing is done with the Spices app. Pacman -s, and you get the database in. Nothing more. We don't update. Just get databases in. New stuff coming in also from Extra. But certainly for ArcoLinux, right? So everything that we have is now yours. Sublime text. I want to have that one. Number 4. Thank you very much. That's something I always like to have around. And sudo pacman -s melt is the next thing I will always have. That's compare stuff. The other one was an editor. And now, finally, we say what's on there. So first, maybe Arco, 232 packages. Have fun with it. No. And then Arch. Linux. And that's me pressing tab. If you press tab, you get auto completion, you get the choice. I would say stay away of this one. At this point in time, this one and that one are exactly the same. So def means I'm writing code, testing it out, changing it, changing again until it works. Tweak-Tool Git. That's the one. Archlinux-Tweak-Tool Git. That's the one we're gonna test. These are all the dependencies. There is also a GARUDA dependency, but since it's already there, right, you don't see it. But on GARUDA, certainly there's no endeavor-s keyring. So all these things will be installed. Yes, please. All right. And now we have an extra thing. I believe it's in accessories. You have the Archlinux-Tweak-Tool. And off we go. There are two things to, as a normal user, you would do this, right? As a user who's writing the code and wants to beta test it, and please report anything that's not working on our Discord channel. Maybe I should have a quick look at the Discord channel. So where do I find the Discord channel? You have info, start here, ArcoLinux editions. That's where you can find it, because here is a big long summary. Join us here on YouTube, join us on Discord, join us on Telegram, join us on ArcoLinux Forum, join us on Facebook and Instagram, etc., etc., right? Join us. That's where you can report on Discord. If you see, hey, it's not working, why is it not working? And then I need Python code. That's all I can do. Read Python code and see, that happens. Okay, I have to catch that error, I have to change this, I have to change that. So, I had this idea a few weeks back. It is all ArchLinux. After 5 years working on ArcoLinux, in the end, we're all working with the same tools, the ArchLinux Lego blocks. And we want to make it bigger, and that's why we changed the name from ArcoLinux Tweak-Tool to Archlinux Tweak-Tool, and we start with these 7 first, and later we'll see. So if, and I'm gonna make my choices, my decisions, if you say, I don't want to have this bash RC setup in there, all you need to do is just either say, don't show, doesn't work now, or actually remove things. Not a fan of conkeys, although maybe 10 years ago or so, right, I was into it. I started learning about conkeys, and that's fine, and then Lua, and interesting, but c'est passé pour moi, right? It's gone, time's gone by, not as interested anymore. And all the things that I see, I say, no, don't want this. So all these are the auto start, meaning anything that's in here, the distribution, well, not the distribution, the desktop might boot it up, right? I say might, since we have 28 desktops on ArcoLinux, I say might. Many times when managers don't care what's in auto start, and you have to set it yourself to auto start. Voila, I cleaned everything up. This is what I want to keep. Desktop. Desktop installer, make sure the ArcoLinux repos are active. See Pacman tab. Check. Check, check, check. The test repo is for the beta testers, right? Test repo for ArcoLinux, beta testers. Testing repo, right? Don't go there unless you know what you're doing. And okay, they are active. I don't need to do anything. Then this is the look of awesome, sorry. And look at that, right? A long, long list. And if you are not yet in there, so in the pipeline, if they get better, we'll add them. But in the meantime, we can always play with them, but are not officially there yet. So Dusk is, for instance, one thing. It's a tiling window manager. Install, and we see what happens here. If you launch with the terminal, then you see what happens, right? And if there is a conflict, you can already go and analyze and say, ah, I've got another package and this package conflicts with that package, and that's why, right? So the information, the idea is to keep transparency going through all the code, and it's a lot of code, and it will take a lot of time to make more and more of these descriptive things that what's happening to your system. All right, so we've got Dusk. How do I know that we've got Dusk? I can't, this is real metal, so on a dual screen, I can't really show you anything, except what we type is XD. XD is the same as user share X sessions. Voila, Dusk is installed, log out, log in, I'm on Dusk. What else? Desktop we've done, yeah, we can keep on installing, that's not difficult. Fixes for any Arch-based system, reset and reload Pacman key. So sometimes we got these issues with Pacman not loading, well, all kind of different errors, and then there's just one solution, start from scratch, right? Fix keys is going to load whatever keys you have, as long as they are part of in a package, so to speak, in user, lib, or some part of the system, right? And then it loads the packet, the keys from, in this case, Endeavor, Garuda, he knows, ArcoLinux he knows, and ArcoLinux. 4 things he knows now. So it's gonna reload all those. The mainstream servers, there are a few that are the major important servers out there, and they will be used. So we can have a look actually. Let's go for it. Although I did not want to go in too much detail. I always want to teach, right? What was I thinking? Which one? The mainstream. So that's ArchLinux. Well, where are we? Here we are. So the mirror list. The default, ugly. So open with another application, Sublime Text, use as default, thank you very much. And then we have this, and it's at this point in time it's Reflector taking over, right? So Garuda has something in there which is coming from ArchLinux mirrorless generated by Reflector, and it's by default there. It's changed. We can change it back. Set mainstream servers for ArchLinux. Boom. It's back. And here they are. I should not have opened it. Those are the lines we add. And here they are. These are the fastest servers around. Don't believe me? Try it. All right. So the stuff is, what I'm getting now in is actually coming from first line. If this one fails, the next line, to the next line, to the next line, to the next line. And there's a new one since a few weeks. So we'll see. All right. And there are more and more things right here. We have the reflector thing and the rate mirrors and another application. Backup and reset gpg.com for keys. Like I said, not the goal to go too much in detail. Grub is now the standard Garuda Grub, or the standard Endeavor OS Grub. That's both nice, right? Or the old ArcoLinux, which is black. That's less nice, unless you like black. So it's all in the eyes of the perceiver, right? But if you want to have the Vimix theme, which is quite a nice theme indeed, we install first the package. We install everything. Automatically, this is new. Automatically, some of the buttons, if you click it, will automatically load. So that you don't have to restart ATT. So sometimes I leave it and you restart it yourself. Sometimes, okay, here it makes sense to restart it because we need to have all these images there. So this is all possible. And if you want other images, go get the images that you like. The only tip that I can give is take a little bit more abstract that makes a nice, well, greeting screen. Basically, Grub greets you when you boot up. So change it, remove it, and so on. I can't show it because, voila, it's I can change it here. Apply wallpaper. It's saved. And then we have here the what else? Here is the deconf thing. Changes, error, depost, launch. You can't launch it. Quite a bit of annoying code I see here. No, not sure why. Good to see, right? You'll encounter those things as well. What we have done now is changed our Garuda look. And here is the Garuda wallpaper without the logo. And here is the Garuda wallpaper with the logo. You can use those two, or you can apply the original Grub theme from Garuda, or from Endeavor, or from Arch, or from Carly, etc. back. So it's a choice. Now I've made my choice, so thank you again for making a wallpaper for us. Garuda theme. So now we can switch around. I can fake to be on Endeavor and I can fake to be on Garuda because of the wallpaper similarity, right? LightTM. So basically we are on LightTM, one of the display managers. You go read about LightTM. Arch wiki. We are teacher distribution or teaching distribution. Display manager we type in and get a long list. Display manager, and you scroll through it, right? And keep on reading. GDM, LightTM, LXDM, SDM, KDM. All right, and more will come, right? In this in 20 years. Mirrors are on. Enable, enable, enable. Just a click away, it's enabled. The other mirror list, we've added this new little thing here. We use the Pace application to set the mirrors of other repositories. So this is ArcoLinux stuff. Other stuff, you can use this one. It will either install it, and I think it's installed by default here. The only thing I find troublesome, and I've already put it on the GitHub of this developer, is that, well, not that particular. I was going to say, for instance, if you don't want cat-ok-or, voila, you have to know that you have to click on preview and then on save. I find it very troublesome. Why? Because when we click here, it's saved. We don't have to do anything, right? And I was wrong about that. So clicking here is immediately saved, but clicking here is not saved. You need to preview, save, and then it's saved. And one of the other things I did not like, and I told it on the GitHub, is the fact that the spaces are gone. The layout is different, and that's not nice. Certainly when you are talking about the mirror lists. So I can say mirror list off. I just don't, well, it gives a sign that is blue, but I need to go to preview, I need to go to save, and look at that. Everything is now a little bit changed. There is text that's gone. That what used to be there, that's not anymore there. If I save it, we'll see if he can do anything about it. Another problem that we face with this, it's if the mirror list, this is the mirror list that we've just changed, right? Now, if we do a rate mirrors. That's an, if it's there. If you do rate mirrors, but probably there's an alias for it. We have RAM something. Would be not the same, right? Then, well, it will make a long list with all kind of servers, and this will fail. It can't read it. The package, this base thing, cannot yet read it. So I asked on GitHub, could you enable that? So we have again lines like these. So that's base for you. That's just a button away. NeoFetch is the Control T. Is this, and if you don't want to have the memory or something like that, you just go and have a look. Show memory, show GPU. Let's just do a lot of it gone. Apply, and then we do Control T again. NeoFetch, and we still have some work to do there. So that works on ArcoLinux. Does not work on this one. Good. Depends, right? Depends where is he writing everything. Control H, quick look, and then I'll continue. NeoFetch. What's the difference between this one and that one? Exactly the same thing. To be evaluated, because basically all it needs to do is put a hashtag in front of these things. Let's see, ls-al. That's interesting to see. Root shouldn't be root. So you see, yep, the tool is not there yet, right? It's still, we need to test and test and test and test. So yeah, we need beta testers, people who report on Discord. Eric, it works, but, and this doesn't work, and if you do this and if you do that, and that's the thing. All these ifs, everybody has his own workflow of starting with this and ending with that, and the order of things even impacts your Python code. SRM is inactive at this point in time, so there is no SRM, nothing found, we say. So if you want it, sure, then you install SRM. That's a display manager, so LightM, SRM. We switch, and we reboot immediately. And you see you can auto login, and you can say, you know what, I'm gonna auto login into Dusk, and there are themes, but there's so many more themes. Missing ArcoLinux SRM themes, and in the future we can add more. No, good idea. Add some choices here, click, and it's all installed. Would be nice. So we have here, for instance, futuristic, and then we go over again, right? This and that, because we rebooted in the meantime, because of the drop down needs to be filled in. So that and that, okay, fine, all the settings are applied. Next time I boot, I will have a nice grub. I will have SRM, but I won't see it because I'm auto login to Dusk. But if I exit, if I log out, then I'll see SRM and ArcoLinux Futuristic with a cursor. Terminals, all kind of possibilities. I believe we have Alacrity here, but there is so much more. Install themes for Alacrity, install themes for XFCE4, install themes for Termite. And the thing is, there's a great application that we can't make any better. And that's the fact that we just have to type, and then maybe make this bigger. No, what you best do is do this, and do another open, and type NeoFetch, for example. And then here you type Alacrity themes. And then we are on XFCE4. Okay, cool. So we don't see anything. Alacrity. So you open Alacrity, and there's an error. Nothing. Well, I know what to do, but it's on our YouTube channel. It's by that default, right? Free. Garuda. Oh yeah, sorry. So you see some coloring, but if you do NeoFetch, you see a little bit more. That's why I wanted you to. This is the best way, I think, to make decisions. Okay, what kind of coloring do I want to work for the rest coming days, weeks? I'm at the letter C, right? Page down, page down, page down, page down, page down, page down, page down. I'm at Kitty. Page down, page down, page down. And you just, now with the arrows again, page down, page down. And next time, if I say this is not nice, voila, chosen. So enter, and then it's there, right? Alacrity. There you go. NeoFetch. I didn't do anything about the Alacrity look. It's the default, right? But set ArcoLinux Alacrity theme. Okay, click. That's our theme. That's our settings. This I can read. But if you want to have it back, this is always the backup that's going to be reset. So if you like this better, then it will be back to this one. All right. So the reset button needs to be there. If I forgot it somewhere, it needs to be there. So you back to the default on ArchLinux, default on EndeavourOS, default on Garuda, default on Carly, and so on. Reset is reset. Backup off. Put the backup, the original thing back. All right. Terminal fun. NeoFetch is something we all know. We can add it to the bash RC, the ZSHRC, and in the future, fish. Lolcat is maybe not that wide known, but NeoFetch, right? This is the normal look. And then we go and have a look at, is that Ctrl-Alt, is that this one? Voila. This needs to be a little bit bigger, so go in there and go decide, make your own decisions about the size, yes, the opacity, all these things, how big it is. It's a little bit too small. All right, so next time around, it's a bit nicer. All right, almost at the end. User creating user, just creating user. So there's this guy John, we all know him, and his name is John. I don't know, John Baggins. Then administrator or standard administrator, and you just type in 2 times the password. Boom, you've got it. That's only for the desktops that don't have it. Like Plasma, it has how to create an extra person, right? But many of the desktops don't. So it's there. ZSH, if you like it. ZSH is another way of doing things, of working with a terminal. So you see down here somewhere that we are here, bash. We're on bash. And ZSH is something else. Fish is another interesting thing you can investigate. Always we send people to Arch Wiki. That's the first thing I type, and then the rest. Whatever comes in my mind, sound, Bluetooth, printers, and off you go, read stuff and learn. That's basically why I'm on ArchLinux, because of the wiki. Ubuntu forum solved many things on ArchLinux, so I've learned a lot from Ubuntu and solved the problem of Arch. But here it's structured, right? And the forum questions are on Ubuntu super professional, but here it's all together in one long read, and that's often scares people. I get it. It's difficult, many technical stuff, and you have to filter out what do I need from this. Often there are also the bottom of the, not in this case I see, let's scroll back. Often there are these, let's take NVIDIA for example, solving things, right? So Arch Wiki NVIDIA. Problem solving, that's the word I was looking for. troubleshooting, that's a word. So often there is troubleshooting as a word. And if you're stuck with something, you go and have a look. If that can help you, look at all the troubleshooting there is for NVIDIA. Never see such a long list. Anyway, that's an interesting tip nevertheless. So if you want to learn more about ZSH, you say, what's this about, right? Well, first of all, you need to apply ZSH. So say to the system, I want to have ZSH. If you log out and log in, you'll see the letters here, not bash, but ZSH. Themes is what makes it interesting for me, right? Like 60, 70, 80, I don't know. Themes. Not all of them are good, but some of them are awesome. You know how it is. So you decide what you like, and this is my awesome look. That's Jonathan that I like with this line. And you can install that particular package. If you do, then it's installed. And restart ATT. You know, maybe we could do an automatic restart maybe in this one. Let's do that again. Yeah. Right. There is a thing we should do. Apply ZSH, that's one, shall change to ZSH. Installing my ZSH. Is done, so we can follow what happens. Installing my ZSH. So let's see if that works. Sudo pacman -remove my ZSH. Okay, so it's installed. If we can remove it, it's installed, right? So I guess we need to log out and log in, and then eventually we get this. We get the possibility of choosing themes. In this case, we can't do anything yet because we're not on ZSH. I'll test it out after the video. And there we are. So again, a plea to join me in testing and make it better so it also works on GARUDA perfectly as it works on ArcoLinux. All right. I'm out. Cheers.